Okay, we're back on now, and I see the live button is up, and so we're going to give this another shot here. We're going to continue back on. I got this recording. We're back there. Thank you. Sorry about that. We're maybe got some Wi-Fi technical difficulties. That's just kind of the new age as it goes. That's why we are recording it here and recording it there. So we're trying a bunch of different ways, and I see people have added. So thank you for sticking around here. Candidate for U.S. House, Ben Hanson is with us. We're talking about the east-west bridge, also divide, just to kind of set the table back on here, because we have to get kicked out of this room in about 20, 15 minutes or so. This here is a Wall Street Journal article that was done talking about how towns out west are fighting for some money in the state, and we're talking about the leadership that's involved here, the leadership that's going on, and in the story the theme is it's east versus west. I'm trying to nip it in the bud because this east versus west stuff has to stop. It has to be a bridge. The state, the energy ecosystem is statewide. It's just, I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. I could go into a 3-hour thesis on you exactly why the energy industry is driving the economy for everything, including NDSU's research, UND's research, NDSU's analytics for the UAS. You want to go down to Wahpeton, to Northern Grumman, and see what they got. I'm sorry, is that, no, they up in, anyway, somebody's up in Grand Forks, somebody's out of Wahpeton. I'm all confused.
No, actually, we should get into that because we have a world-class geology library at EERC in Grand Forks that the state of North Dakota should be proud of, that formations in Texas have not been able to take advantage of their shale plays as well because they don't have the kind of knowledge database that we have, and that's all coming from publicly funded facilities out east.
That's huge. It's called the Laird Library, and basically that's the reason the Bakken is happening. You go to Montana, they're like 30, 40 years behind us. They just started doing it like in the 90s or something like that. So, I mean, everything that's been extracted out of North Dakota since the 50s, we have on record up there. That's why these oil companies know where to drill. And it's just price game now. It's a commodity play. Everything is price and location, and whether their crews are up and running, there is a little bit of that too. I mean, once the rigs stop, it's tough to get them going again. So
and we'd be remiss if we did not mention the invaluable work that land-grant university like North Dakota State University can provide for things like the energy industry and, of course, our ag industries as well.
So just to recap real quick, we did part of this interview, which did not go Facebook Live with technical difficulties. We've got a backup camera. It'll be on this page a little bit later. Of course, we also record every single interview for the radio programs as well, so we're going to have it there. The full-length interview will be on crudelife.com because we kind of, and probably a good idea, because we started this interview by saying not everybody's going to get a trophy. We're going to have an adult conversation because the Wall Street Journal just printed a story about the east-west divide and conflict over money, oil money, whether Williston overspent, whether they did not overspend, whether they needed the stuff, whether there was any other choice for the public officials, the elected officials in North Dakota to do over the last 5 years. That's what this story is about. They had no other options. No other options. So I want to get back to why the budget was off, why so many things are off right now is because we're using things that are outdated. Sales tax is an outdated model. If the state of North Dakota is still projecting population by sales tax, you have got some bad leadership going on. Sean Kessel in North Dakota, or Sean Kessel, who's the new president of the Western Dakota Energy Association, and I've had this conversation, as of others, we need to start looking at a different model. Amazon changed everything. The Bakken, you cannot check population by sales tax anymore. It just doesn't work that way. Part of it, yes. But if you're actually projecting off of sales tax, then you don't understand how the internet works. And that is not true leadership. That's where we're at right now. That's why we're on Facebook. That's why we got a backup of a camera, because we have television stations interested in programming next year. That's why we've got 3 different ways to record this program, all on a shoestring, mind you, because there's not one way to get your information anymore. People go to Facebook for news. For news.
Very true.
People go to Instagram for news. Sorry.
Jason, I want to give some context to
yes.
what you're saying about the budget modeling for the state of North Dakota. Because when you say budget, prediction modeling for state budgets, not everyone tends to get excited. But it's very important. It's integral not only to citizens in the state of North Dakota, but for those who are looking to bring businesses into the state of North Dakota. So at the end of my first legislative session, when I was in the State House of Representatives, we found out 2 weeks after the legislative session that the budget was off by over $1 billion in its projection. And part of that is what you're talking about, outdated budget modeling. We need to update our system to make sure that people and industries in our state can predict how much revenue is going to be there, what kind of resources are going to be there, and quality of life measures that make companies want to settle here in the state of North Dakota.
You want to go check if we can go into overtime? Because we'll go right out there. We'll bring it out. Sorry, folks, we're getting booted out. We're in a back room in a coffee shop
We're
here.
in the coffee confines of Atomic Coffee in downtown Fargo, North Dakota. You should stop on by sometime.
With the with the weekly Bakken get together. Are they motion? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to push a little pause. We're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about this topic. But what I want to talk about is where the political line is. It used to be Jamestown. I think now it's Valley City, and if you go east, that's what kind of my understanding is the political power of the state. I want to talk to Ben about that.
It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. That's what we're trying to say is that it shouldn't be that way because this is where all the people are. Then we know how to reach them. We know how to reach them and educate them because trust me, they want to make money and they want to see this in. Farmers want to see the oil industry just thrive, not just because they want cheap propane to dry their crops or cheap diesel to work in their fields. No, they want cheap polysynthetic things and all kinds of different plastics that are going to help them. So, tell you what, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to come back and we're going to continue the conversation with candidate for U.S. House, Ben Hanson. My name is Jason Spees. This is the weekly Bakken Get Together. I get a little mixed up with the Great Minnesota Get Together, which is their state fair. That's where I stole it from completely. The weekly Bakken Get Together. We'll see you in a few.